Alright, in this last game here versus Islany, again, previous games were, man blitz and zone blitz again. In this game, it's going to be more coverage defense. Now, Islany will still mix in the blitz, but he's more of a coverage style of defense, and he'll utilize more zone drops. And Islany is a young and upcoming player. He's known for his gun spread offense, and I fully expect him to burst into the scene in these upcoming years. But you can follow him on Twitch on twitch.tv/Islany. But anyways, again, as we talked about at the beginning of this course, with the base plays, again, we're gonna start off with our base plays, one of our base plays, and these base plays again are gonna include some sort of crosser or post, and then again that pull route to push back the zones. And again, as we see here on the first play, again, look at the separation between our main routes on the field. Again, it's going to be extremely difficult to maneuver between both of these because of the distance between them. And again, this is why this is our base play, because it beats cover 2, cover 3, cover 4. Again, just a little unfortunate there, get our feet out of bounds, but as you saw there, Islany was not respecting the right sideline, especially deep on the right sideline. Yeah, so we're going to kind of go back to it. And he blitzes here, and again, we're going to have the quick underneath option, or we're going to have the pulse, but and we're able to throw the in route. Again, Islany, and I want you to watch his user. Again, his user is kind of in no man's land because, again, he just has to pick his poison. You're not going to be able to lurk both these routes at the same time. So either way, Islany is in a tough spot with his user because, again, look at the space between X and B of our main targets. Again, you're not going to be able to lurk both of those. And again, B is going to get open because of the pull route. And again, this is why this is our base play. Again, base plays are money plays. Again, they're supposed to get open versus just about any coverage, including the blitz. So again, so far Islany has not been respecting really the sidelines. So again, we're going to use a play called curl flat, and again, basically what it is kind of two flat concepts. So we're looking to attack the 2v1 matchups on the sideline, or a solo sideline defender by sending again 2 receivers to each sideline at different depths, and then we're still going to have a route over the middle of the field to occupy the user. Again, right here, again, we can kind of see that Islany is dropping. If you see here, he's starting to dedicate 2 defenders to the sidelines because, again, I've played this guy before, so he knows that I do like to attack the sidelines. So again, you're going to see here that he is utilizing zone drops, or he's utilizing 2 flat zones on one side of the field. So yeah, when we see that, that just means that we're going to have to mix in options over the middle of the field, have route combinations for going over the middle of the field. Again, right here, I'm looking to set up a cover 2 beater on the right. Again, that's why I had the fade in the Y flat, but he took that away. Again, he's manning up X at the start. Again, to take away that fade. He knows I like to throw that fade. Yeah, this is someone I've played a good bit. And again, we kind of had the flood concept here on the left with the drag in the corner. Again, I didn't want to risk it because, again, I didn't have that pull route on the field, so it would have been a risky throw. So again, just played it safe, ran with the quarterback, took my yards, didn't force anything. And again, right here, this is more of an advanced level concept. Again, we talk about this extensively in the adjusting on the fly courses and attacking the 9 spaces on the field courses. Again, this gets more into the intermediate advanced level category, but again, just a little preview to this course. So Again, here's a little adjustment I made on the fly. So what Islani is doing on the trip side of the field is he's taking his outside corner and he's manning him up onto X. Uh, and then he's like putting this guy right here in a cloud. So what I'm doing here to counter that is I'm using X here as a decoy route, and I'm gonna put him as a smokescreen since he's manning up this guy, and I know that this deep right part of the field is gonna be wide open. So I don't want to send X deep on the route because I want Y to be open back there by himself, and I know that where his strong safety is positioned, um, he's going to be in a deep half, and he's not going to be able to recover to this part of the field. So again, we use X as a decoy, so the man would stay. The man would stay on X, this outside corner, and then again, that's going to open up this deep part of the field. Again, this is just kind of a bit of a preview here. Again, this is an advanced level subject, intermediate to advanced level subject. And again, we discussed this in a lot more detail in the adjusting on the fly course and the attacking the 9 spaces course. But again, for the purpose of this course though, again, we're going to be utilizing a floods concept here on the left. And again, you don't always need the pull routes if you're utilizing a short, sharp cutting corner route. And again, we're just looking to attack this left sideline here. And we still have an option here over the middle of the field. So again, he ends up blitzing us here. And again, we had 2 quick pass options on opposite sides of the field. Again, that's key versus the blitz. 2 quick pass options on opposite sides of the field. And again, we're going to dump it off to Henry here and try to truck him. Again, didn't work out though. Again, we're going to drop back here. And again, I'm a little scared to throw this. Again, I got to start utilizing a clear out route or either that. I'm looking here on the left at the tight end. Either that or hot route him on the short corner route so I can get this. So I can feel safe throwing this versus an outside quarter. Because again, without the clear out, it's going to be scary. So I need him on a shorter corner route. But again, here on the right side, as you can see, Islani likes to utilize these zone drops. Meaning he's going to dedicate 2 defenders to the trip side of the field. Again, I try to throw the ball away there, and again, it's always better to take the sack or throw the ball away than forcing a pick. Because again, Madden is a short game, and if you force that interception, if you force that turnover, force just an errant pass, then you can just basically gift your opponent the game or gift them free points. Again, you'll make them work for it. Be willing to punt, if it doesn't work out. And again, here on this 4th and 13, we're going to be utilizing 2 pull routes here. And again, this is also what you can consider one of our base plays. And again, the base play is, again, it's going to be good versus just about anything the defense can throw at you. Because, again, we have, again, the crosser, which is almost essential in a base play, either that or a corner route. And we have, kind of a flood concept to, the tight end side. Because if they have a hard flat on the tight end side, that's gonna pull down the hard flat and open up that slant. And also, what this will do versus a cloud is we can throw the slant route early versus a cloud because, again, as we discussed so much in this course, the flat route is gonna pull out the cloud and it's gonna open up a window to throw the slant before the cloud. Because again, this flat's gonna pull the cloud towards the sideline. Again, watch here on the left here. Watch the impact that the tight end flat route has. Again, it's going to pull the cloud towards the sideline, pull him towards the sideline, pull him towards the sideline. So that really opened up a window for B to get open. And without that flat route, Islani, there's a good chance he would have just ran with the crosser. But since that flat route opened up such a window for B, Islani had to respect B, and he ran with B, and he's going to give up Y, and again, X is going to clear out the deep blues. Again, that's going to open up Y on the sidelines here. And again, we just got an unfortunate animation, but good play design though. Again, back in offense here. Um, Again, we're going to kind of look to attack with a cover two type of concept. And as you see here, as I was mentioning earlier, why I was smoke screening X, because if I smoke screen X, his outside corner is manned up. So if I caught him in that defense, the smoke screen X and corner out Y, again, look at how wide open this part of the field would be. And again, the reason why he's manning up X is to stop that fade in cover two, because he knows that we like to attack the outsides, the sidelines with these fades versus cover two. So he's manning up X a lot. And again, that's why you saw me go to the smoke screen X and corner out Y, because this part of the field is wide open, the deep left part of the field. Again, that's more adjusting on the fly course. Again, giving you guys a nice little preview here. But again, I was kind of looking to attack, cover two here on the sideline, but he took that away. But again, we had the flood concept here on the right, the drag in the corner. Again, at this point, I gotta throw this play out because this has not worked once for me. Either that or utilize A in the shorter corner route. And again, that's where you saw me here too on this play. I'm going to go back to the X smoke screen and Y on the corner route. Again, I'm looking to catch him in that defense again where he's manning up his outside corner. But even if he's not, again, I have a flood concept here on the right. Again, I'm finally utilizing the short corner route. And again, we have a quick pass option here on the left side with the hitch. Either that or we can quick throw to Henry on the wheel route and air truck. Again, but he's doing a lot of cover three. So this isn't really an effective concept that I'm doing right now because his safety is dropping to the side of the running back. He's putting his safeties on a 0 zone drop or a zone drop is 5 to really defend the running back wheel. So again, you're probably going to see me start motioning over a lot more soon to start utilizing more seam streaks. Because again, versus cover three zone blitzes, again, the seams are going to be vulnerable, especially on the tight end side. Again, one of my favorite concepts here. Again, this is one of my base plays. Again, the base plays are one of our money plays because, again, this is going to be really good versus just about every single coverage. Again, a play I can rely on versus, just about any defense. So, and again, it's all based around, utilizing a pull route here on the tight end. So, again, this tight end is going to pull out the flat. And it's going to open up the slant for us over the middle of the field. And again, I probably should have low-balled this, but you see how the flat is pulling that guy all the way towards the sideline? So I actually probably could have even passed this up. But either that or low-balled this. But again, this cloud is being pulled all the way towards the sideline and it's opened up a big window for B here. Whereas if I had put A in the drag instead, again, the cloud is going to be all over this. Again, back to one of our base plays. Again, base play is the all reliable. Again, look at the impact the tight end flat's going to have here. And again, it's a 4th and 9. We're not using the flat route here to pick up the first down. Again, we're using this to pull out zones. Again, look what it does to this flat zone defender. It goes all the way towards the sideline to respect that tight end flat. And that's what opens up the window here to throw this slant route. Again, I want you guys to see this again. Watch the impact that the tight end flat has. Again, it's a 4th and 9. We're not looking for the tight end flat. Again, this is why it's one of my base plays. It's really good versus every zone coverage I can face. It's going to be good versus, zone drops. Because if he's zone dropping to 25 and he has a 5 zone drop here, again, this slant's going to get in between them both. So this is why it's one of my base plays because, again, it's going to be good versus basic stock coverages. It's going to be good versus zone drops, the 25 5-yard zone drops, and it's even going to be pretty effective versus man coverage as well. And again, look at how far out this flat zone is. Again, just opens up a huge window to throw the B slant in there.
And again, back to this is another one of our base plays. Again, our base plays are going to be play our money plays. We have about 4 or 5. You want to have like 4, 5, 6 base plays. Plays that you can depend on to really beat just about any type of coverage. Again, that's what we kind of have here is, um, a flat concept here on the left. Again, with the pull route, the corner route, the drag, and then obviously the backside post, which is going to get underneath thirds. And again, also you got to be asking yourself, man, are you attacking the left side? Are you attacking the middle? Are you attacking the right side? And again, so what I was doing the past previous plays is, I was attacking a lot of the right sideline. So here we're going to go to the left. Again, I'll talk more about that in a, when and how to adjust course or anticipation course on offense again. But again, for the purpose of this class, it's more going to be about, again, the route combinations and seeing that, and seeing why these plays are working and why these route concepts are effective. And again, that's because, again, here we're taking advantage of this solo sideline defender, and that solo sideline defender is in a flat. Again, he's covering low, so again, we're going to have the higher option with the corner out. And also, he's manning up X a lot too, so that's why we're kind of using X as a decoy. Again, that's more for another course though. Again, right here, guys, get these fades in your game versus cover two. Again, great way to beat cover two. And I know Isley likes a lot of cover two, and he kind of made it obvious here when he backed off this outside corner. I knew that it would be cover two, because if it's cover four, you're not going to back off this outside corner. It doesn't really make sense to do that because cover four is not going to get beat deep if you press them. But what will get beat deep is a cloud. So he backed this cloud off thinking it would play the outside fade better, but again, these outside fades are really effective versus cover two. And look where the free safety is. I knew that the free safety would not be able to get out there. So again, these flats and outside fades really effective versus cover two. Versus cover two, attack the deep outside, attack the deep middle. Again, we're going to pass that away from the safety with a bullet pass. Again, right here, 1st and 10. Again, we're going to kind of go back to this flood concept here. So again, we're going to be attacking the left sideline with a route concept that attacks this part of the field at different depths. Again, running back wheels and corner routes are a great way to attack the sideline. And again, honestly, I don't love it because he's been hard flatting his free safety a lot and putting him on 5, so I haven't been able to throw this running back wheel. But as you can see here, we have 2 quick pass options on opposite sides of the field. Again, he runs to the left, and then we're able to hit the quick pass option on the other side. And again, guys, hopefully a lot of these concepts are starting to get hammered in, because now we've been this is the 3rd gameplay now, so hopefully a lot of the concepts are starting to feel like repetition, and that's how it should feel. If not, take the chance to kind of rewind some of the games and kind of go back and refresh your memory a little bit and maybe try to focus on one concept at a time. And here in the red zone again, you can cut this part out, Clutch. Cut this part. Cut out the 1st and 10 at the 12. Cut this red zone part out. Again, here at our 23. Again, this is going to be one of our base plays again. Base plays should be one of your main plays because, again, it's going to be so effective versus every coverage. And, again, considering we have this deep crossing around the field, which is going to get over a lot of the zone drops. And it's going to be a great way of attacking the sidelines. Again, it even gets over the 30-yard zone drop. So, again, you want to mix in these crossing routes. And he runs a lot of coverage, so I kind of feel safe running these deeper options. And, again, I want you guys to see, again, the impact that this A-flat is having. Again, it's pulling the zone towards the sideline, opening up the slant for us. And, again, also, if he even hard flats this side, the slant's going to be wide open because the flat's going to completely drop down. Again, this guy looks like he's in a hard flat, so he's completely coming down. And again, that's going to open up the slant. Again, a deep zone is not going to be able to guard a slant. So again, you have to use a flat zone. And again, this play is so great. Again, it's my base play because, again, we start off the game, remember, doing the deep crossing route to this part of the field. So a lot of people will put the zone drop on 25. But this slant does a great job of complementing it, the slant and the flat, because the slant's going to get underneath the 25-yard zone drop. And I'm going to be able to throw this slant before like even a 10 to 15-yard cloud, because again, this pull route we have here is pulling the zone. It's going to pull the cloud towards the sideline, allowing us to throw the slant early. And again, we can throw the slant late as well, as long as it's a hard flat. So again, this is why this is such a great play. And again, he leaves the left sideline open, and we're able to abuse it. And again, quick pass option on opposite sides. Again, here we're going back to, we're going to utilize a flood concept here on the right side of the field. Again, you want it, like I've been saying throughout this whole course, is silence are your best friends. So again, one of the best ways to attack the silence is running back wheel and tightening corner out. And so again, what Islany is doing here is he's hard flatting this side and having an outside quarter. And since see, earlier in the game, I was utilizing, longer corner routes, but since we hot routed this shorter corner route, this is going to get underneath the deep blues, and we're going to be able to throw this away into the outside with a bullet pass. Again, attack those sidelines, make them respect those sidelines. Again, here, this is more getting into advanced level concepts, but it's still going to be a good route concept because, again, it's still a solid fun concept. But again, mainly the main reason why I'm doing this is because, again, I'm starting to just catch on to what he's doing. This is kind of just me adjusting on the fly. So this is not one of my base plays. This is not, a play I typically use. I'm using this play based on what he is doing. Again, you talk about that more in other courses, but again, even over the middle of the field, though, we have a nice little, high-low concept because, again, it's going to be tough for the That's going to be tough for the user to maneuver between both the tight end post and this baby in route. Um, and even this baby in route is a route that you can throw before, flat zones. Because unlike a slant, it doesn't super run towards the sideline. Again, that's gonna take a it's not gonna take as sharp as a cut. Again, back here in offense, again, we're utilizing some part. This is partially me adjusting on the fly, and again, uh, part of this is just a good solid route concept, because again, we got the flat concept here on the right to attack the sidelines, and then a quick option over the middle. Again, this is going to be another way of attacking the sidelines. So again, we have a little flat concept here going on towards the tight end side. So again, we have this underneath drag, then an intermediate corner route. So again, we just decide we're just isolating this solo side defender on the sideline, and again he goes low, so we go high. That's all this is right here. And again, guys, at this point, a lot of this should feel like repetition because a lot of it's just concepts at this point. It's just knowing that how to attack the sideline. What concepts are we using, and why do they work. And at this point, again, we're just kind of going in circles now. We're kind of revolving around like 3 or 4 concepts. Again, it's just out of different variations of plays, but again, it's all based around 3 or 4 core concepts. All right, here on this 1st and 10, we're going to go back to, again, one of our base plays. Again, this is a concept I want to make sure you guys understand. Base plays, again, the money plays, the all reliable plays. Again, the plays that we can go to that can be just about any coverage. So, and again, what we've been, and again, we've done a good job of attacking the silence. So again, we're going to kind of utilize a concept that attacks the middle well, and also still kind of attacks the sideline because this post will run to the end of this. Will run to the end of the sideline. So again, going back to one of our best plays, one of our base plays. Again, look at the spacing between X and B. Look at his user again. Such a tough decision for him. You know, it's you're not going to be able to lurk between both. It's just going to come down to execution. Again, there's just too much space between both. Again, if you want to gamble, it's going to be easy to make that read because there's so much space between both of our main targets. Again, here we're going to be looking to attack on the left side here. Looking to attack cover 2 deep again. That's where I had the outside fade. And again, we're able to get him again. You know, telling you guys, get those outside fades in the game versus cover 2. All it is, you know, utilizing the outside fade and then having a flat underneath to kind of pull down the cloud a little bit, kind of hold that cloud. In here, back at our 20. Again, gonna go again. This is basically one of our base plays, but again, a little minor adjustment on the fly. But again, let's focus on the route concept. So again, utilizing a pull route again, back to the revolving around that core concept of the post. Basically a cross and a little underneath route like an in route or a drag. Again, look at his user. Again, just he's not. You really have to gamble with your user. It's going to be so hard to make a play on either or. Again, his defense or his user is just basically picking his poison. Again, here a little curl flat action again. Basically utilizing this play to again isolate that solo slide silent defender, and also curls will do a good job of getting underneath 25-yard zone drops as well. So again, guys, I'm glad I call this play right here. Again, this is not a play that or kind of a route combo that we went over like in the first half of the course. But again, it's the same concept though. Again, it's just a different type of flood concept. Again, we're still attacking the sideline here because again, this crosser is going to run from sideline to sideline. And again, we're still utilizing the pull route. Push back the deep blues. Again, we're going to use a zig. Instead of like a flat or a drag, we're going to use a zig and a tight end crosser. Because again, the zig is going to run at an underneath depth, a short depth, while the tight end is going to run at an intermediate to deeper depth. And again, but we're still attacking. We're still fixated on attacking that right sideline by running 2 receivers in that area at different depths. That's all we're doing here. Again, it's just a same core concept, but just a different variation of play here. And again, what we're doing here on the other side here is just a high-low over the middle. Again, it's kind of like a partial triangle concept where we're just making the user make a tough decision because, again, we're going to have a option route sitting in the middle of the field at the 35 and then a post route running to like the 45 to 50. So, again, going to be really tough for the user to lurk in between both of those, high-low concepts. So again, all in that same play here, we're attacking the right sideline at different depths, and we're also attacking the middle at different depths here all in this one play. Again, guys, I would recommend checking out my Trips Head End ebook, because honestly, after all these courses, again, your understanding of my Trips Head End ebook will be greater than ever, because you guys are actually gonna be able to understand what's kind of going on. But anyways, here again, this is not one of my base plays, not a play I commonly call. Again, I'm kind of adjusting on the fly here and just kind of seeing how the game is going and calling a play on the fly here. But again, we're utilizing those double seam streaks. Again, double seam streaks versus blitz, really good. And we still kind of designing a flood concept here on the left side of the field. Again, those tighting. Again, it wasn't a tight end corner here, but again, we motioned over a corner out with a running back wheel. And again, great floods concept for attacking the sideline. Again, the sidelines will be your best friend. Again, guys, back to the base play, back to the money play. Again, when you need a boat, most go back to one of your best plays. Again, we're gonna utilize that pull route. Again, here, I didn't want to throw. It wasn't worth throwing at this part of the game. Again, you see how the tight end flat's gonna kind of pull out the guy, but again, he had a good user hand, and I could have thrown B with the long ball, but I didn't want to risk it at this point of the game. So again, I'm always gonna take the sack or throw it away before forcing a pass. Again, back to it looks like I'm gonna call one of the base plays. Again, just a slight adjustment on the fly here, just kind of based on what I'm seeing in the game. Again, that's not really the purpose of this course, but again, it's so similar to one of our main base plays with the crosser over the middle with like instead of a baby in route, we change it to a deep in route. But again, he has to make a decision here, and he comes down underneath, and oh man, he plays it. And man, we've been throwing this route the whole game, and that was the first time he played it. But I know why that happened, but it hadn't happened all game. So, but he uses an outside quarter instead of an outside third, and the outside quarters can play those crossers a lot tighter. But it hadn't played it all game, so I thought I could fit it in. And again, guys, this is going to be, this is actually again, one of my main plays, I'd say. Again, a bit of a adjustment on the fly though. Again, kind of based on what we're seeing in the game. Again, we noticed that the last time the outside quarter wasn't really getting pulled, and that's because our clear out was from the tight end streak. But since Islandi is using an outside quarter, and the outside quarter is going to be all the way out here on the outside, I want to motion over a streak right at the outside quarter, so the outside quarter can run with this streak. And as you see here, man, same core concept. Maybe a little different variation of play, but similar it's the same core concept where we're utilizing the streak route as a pull, and then we have the in route and the crosser over the middle of the field. Again, the only thing I changed up there, again, it was a little adjustment on the fly, was doing a streak from the receiver instead of the tight end, so I could clear out that outside quarter better. Because again, those outside quarters sit on the sideline, whereas the tight end streak runs more up the seam. So again, I want to motion over a receiver to the sideline so that the outside quarter could get cleared out by him. Again, motioning over a receiver right at that outside quarter. Again, you're going to see how the outside quarter actually runs with the streak now, because we're motioning something over into his area. See now, look at B. B is going to be open here if it doesn't use it, because again, we changed our clear out to the wide receiver motion over. Again, the wide receiver motion over is going to carry him, whereas before with the tight end, the outside quarter wasn't really respecting that clear out because that wasn't really his responsibility. But now, since we have a receiver on the outside here, running deep with that, running deep along the sideline. Again, that's the first responsibility of the outside quarter, and so that's why you see him actually running deep with the pulse now. Again, Islandi has to make a decision. He comes down, and again, here we just run with the quarterback. Again, man, back to our base play. All reliable. He hasn't stopped their base play yet. Don't get cute if they're not stopping your base play. Make them prove that they can stop your best plays. And again, we stay patient here. He blitz an extra guy. And again, look at the spacing though between our main targets. Again, look at X, look at B, and look at this tight end over here. Again, his user is just kind of in no man's land because there's just so much space in between each route. Again, he's having a really tough time. You picking one guy to use it again. He just kind of has to pick his poison.
Yeah, as you see now, we're just locked in an offense here. We're just moving with ease now at this point. Again, after that one adjustment of motioning over the middle guy as the clear out. And again, not one of the main plays I go to, but again, same core concept. Again, we're going to utilize X as really a pull route here. Again, we can fill that out as well, but again, we're really utilizing X as to pull out like any flat zones. Again, as you see here too, that's why we're motioning over. Look how much better of a clear out it is from Y compared to A. Now look at the tight end streak. The tight end streak is not really clearing out this outside quarter because the outside quarter's responsibility is not this part of the field. So he's not really getting cleared out here. So that's why we're motioning over the other receiver instead to run a streak right at the outside quarter to make him respect it. Make him respect the clear out.
All right, back 2nd and 10 again. Just utilizing a little flood concept here again here on the left side. And again, our first read here is going to be this outside fade. Again, we always want to check. It's not really the purpose of this, but we always want to check. The deep ball first. See if they're getting crazy with the coverage. And again, here, I kind of read that it was a soft squat. He runs by him, and again, get these outside fades in your game. They kill cover 2. And again, we're able to pop him here for a touchdown. Yeah, man, those outside fades are killer. But anyways, that's really it for this one. And yeah, that was game. But again, I showed you guys a game versus zone blitz, man blitz again. And Islaney was mainly, coverage, mixing in zone drops. So again, I hope you guys found that helpful. Again, if I'm you guys, I would start writing down some of my own route concepts of your own, and you can send them to me if you want. And kind of utilizing the concepts we covered. Make sure, you got your base plays. Your 4 or 5 best plays should be your base plays. The money plays. The pull routes. Concepts for attacking the middle. Flood concepts for attacking the sideline. Making sure you're attacking, the sidelines in the middle of the field. But anyways, again, make sure to reach out if you guys got any questions or concerns.